Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Thread of Thoughts podcast. I am your host, Tia. Today, we are joined by a very special guest. We are joined by the wonderful, spectacular, banana pudding master, deliciously smelling, intelligent marketing genius, and Virgo mommy, Bree.
Oh my
Yes! Clap it up for Bree.
I need that every day. When I wake up, that needs to be my alarm clock.
No, seriously.
I'm so excited.
I'm happy you are excited.
Yes.
So, Bree, tell the people a little bit about yourself and how we met.
We met maybe 2 years ago now, which is crazy, because I joined your team. We worked together. And I think it was like an instant click. Like, I was just like, she's so cool. She's so sweet. And then, you gotta take it slow when it's a coworker because you don't know really how people are. And we kind of figured out that we were more similar than dissimilar. So, that's how we met. And I am 31. I stopped counting after 30. 32 in August. And I just love creativity. I love my family. I love my friends. I don't have kids. I feel like that helps. I think that for the listeners helps you kind of like see where I am in life. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Okay. Love to hear it. Now, today, Bree and I will rank different areas of adulthood from hardest to easiest based on our personal experiences. I have a list here that includes different areas of adulthood, such as career growth and direction, health and wellness, finances, relationships and friendships, life and household admin, and personal growth. So before we get started, and before we discuss the area of adulting that we think is the hardest, what do you think most people would rank as the hardest based on the world right now? What do you think most adults would say is number one?
I feel like maybe finance. Because I think when your finances are in order or you feel like you have a surplus, everything else kind of falls underneath that. So you can afford therapy, you can afford going on trips with your friends, you can afford maybe a house cleaner. It just makes, I don't know, I think money, it's not the answer to everything, but it's the answer to a lot of things. So I think finances probably would be that. And also social media makes you think everybody's a millionaire. And so you kind of feel behind sometimes. So I think that kind of plays into a lot of like mental health stuff as well.
Okay. So Bree, what would you say is the hardest part of adulting based on your life experiences out of these topics?
I would say, I think relationships and friendships. I think so. I feel like that is where I see myself and some of my friends like falter. Like I think that I don't know, I feel like it's kind of easier to do your career growth and direction because it's just like once you set on a track, it's normally a little bit easier for you to keep going. I feel like the way you keep your house is like that's your own business, so like people don't really see that. Like personal growth, I feel like that's something that just happens as you age. But relationships and friendships, I just think that like that's the one thing that is outside of you. Like you have to have a 2-person party for that. And when you introduce another person into your life, like you never really know, friend or relationship, like how that's going to go.
Gotcha.
So it's like it's not dependent on you and your efforts. It's just kind of like how the cookie might crumble.
Okay, interesting. I didn't think you would say that one.
Really?
Yes, I didn't think you would say that one. I don't know. I feel like when I look at you, I think friendships and relationships like are easy for you. And that's because you're a very easygoing person. You're very light. You're like a breath of fresh air. So I wouldn't have thought that one.
I think that's the one that challenges me most. Because like I said, I feel like everything else is kind of like, it's on me. It's like if I want to go to the gym more, if I want to save more, if I want to go to therapy, that's all a me thing. But it's like when my friendships, especially like when you have like long-term friendships, it's a lot of grace you have to extend. And it's a lot of forgiveness, and you want to be forgiven and you want to get grace as well. And so you kind of have to hope that where you are in your journey is where everybody else in your life is at as well. And I think that timing those things up are just kind of hard sometimes. And it pulls a lot out of you as well to try to like, because when your feelings get hurt, it's like, oh, well, we can just be done. Mm-hmm. But it's like you kind of, as you get older, it's like, oh, I have to kind of forgive and forget and move on, and that's hard for people. Myself included.
Do you think you extend a lot of grace? Or are you kind of like,
I think I extend a lot of grace. Okay. I think that, like, my longest and strongest friendships are from high school. So we've been friends for almost 20 years now. And then I have a friend from kindergarten as well. And we're not super close right now, but we go through ebbs and flows. And I think that has taught me of, like, a lot of times it's not about you. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever that person does or doesn't do, it's like, a lot of times it's not about you. You have to kind of forgive people to have people in your life. So I think that I'm better at giving grace mm-hmm. than I ever have been before. Because it was definitely hard. As an only child, too, it's just like, get out my face. It's like, I don't have a lot of experience in forgiveness because of that. So I had to get used to that as I got older of like, okay, just because somebody make you mad, you can't just be like, mm-hmm. you hate me, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting because since you don't have siblings, mm-hmm. and I do, I've been seeing like conversation online about people saying, you know, people with siblings have an easier time forgiving or bouncing back in friendships. Mm-hmm. And people who don't have siblings or maybe don't have sisters mm-hmm. is a lot more difficult. Mm-hmm. So, would you agree?
100%. I would agree. Like, okay. My mom has 4 sisters. Uh-huh. And the way they talk to each other, I'm like, oh girl, we wouldn't talk for 2 weeks. Like, I would be done. Like, it's just like, I'm so sensitive because it's like, because when you grow up by yourself, it's like no one hurts your feelings. Mm-hmm. Like, everything revolves around you. So yeah, I think when I was probably like in my 20s, throughout my 20s, I was just very staunch about like, well, right is right and wrong is wrong. Mm-hmm. And when someone does me wrong, then that's just wrong. Yep. And there's nothing, we don't have to talk about it. But now I'm like, I also do people wrong. Mm-hmm. And I know that I'm not perfect. So it's like, give people some grace and some wiggle room.
Yeah. See, that is just so interesting because I feel like me and my sisters, we can argue, and I mean, we can argue down. Mm-hmm. And we will talk the next minute like it's nothing.
No, see, like my feelings get hurt, and I'm like, I need time. Yes. I'm like, I just like, please don't talk to me. I need to reevaluate mm-hmm. our friendship. Like,
yes,
yeah, no, that was a learning curve for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I'm learning too about like the women I have in my life. It's like, oh, okay, people need their space. Mm-hmm. Me, I'm just like, get over it. Let's go out. Let's go to Target. Let's have fun. Mm-hmm. So,
okay, that's been pretty hard, and I think too it transfers into like romantic relationships too mm-hmm. of like I was not a very forgiving person before, like very like almost as if I had a file in my head of like every wrongdoing someone has done. And I think now it's kind of like, well, once I get over it or once I have forgiven you mm-hmm. it's wiped clean, because it's just like, well, you can't keep bringing it up.
Yep.
Or you can't keep judging someone off of that one thing. Mm-hmm. So
wow. Mm-hmm. The more you know. Mm-hmm. So I would say my number one is health and wellness.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say health and wellness, mental health, physical health, all that things. I think that like taking care of yourself is a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot. And I didn't think it would be this hard, mm-hmm. you know, when I got older. And now that I'm in it, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a little bit difficult. Mm-hmm. And then I think too, it's like with mental health, I just didn't think the world would be how it is. Mm-hmm. Physical health is just really hard getting out there and getting started. Mm-hmm. And then, too, even with just, like, regular care, like appointments and things like that, it's like, I don't want to schedule appointments. Mm-hmm. I don't want to call people. I don't want to talk to people. Everything is just a lot. And everything, I have anxiety in all of these things that I do. Mm-hmm. And so I would say that, like, health and wellness is number one.
Interesting. I was actually thinking about like appointment calling on my way here. Because I was just like, I was thinking about the topic of adulting, and I was like, I feel like when I was a couple years younger, it was like, oh, I don't want to call these people. I don't want to da-da-da. It's like now I'm on that phone. I'm like, when can I come in? Oh. Like, I'm calling them all the time. Like, my friends are like, you love the doctor office. Like, I love going and getting checked out.
So you're giving me hope. It's going to get easier.
It will. Because it's like eventually, like, you'll just get tired of your own stuff, and you're just like, well, I have to do something about it. Like, I can't keep living like this. So.
And I think that's the thing too, is like for me, I assume that everyone I'm going to get on the phone with is going to have an attitude. So it's like I don't even want to encounter that, because for me, the smallest things and the smallest little shifts in energy can like shift my energy.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if I get on the phone with someone and they're upset because they have to schedule an appointment with me, I don't even want the appointment anymore.
See, I feel like I've gotten so much more like honoring. Like, you know how like older like women like when they go into the restaurant with my mom, it's like, she's like, oh, I don't like the silverware, you know? And it's just like, I used to be like, oh my God, Mom, stop. But now I feel like I'm moving into that space of like, no, actually the silverware isn't clean. And so it's like, and so I feel like I have that energy wherever I go. So it's like, if I call and I feel like someone has an attitude, I'm just like, hey, let's level set. Like, I'm like, I just got more time for the BS lately.
Yes.
Where it's just like, and normally people aren't very like that. And then sometimes, like, if I do encounter someone that's kind of having an attitude, I'm like, hey, this is my first time calling here. I actually don't know. I'm hoping that you can help me out.
Exactly.
And I think that normally, like, shifts people's attitudes. But I think it's just a mindset, too, of, like, everybody got something going on. And, like, as much as I'm anxious and nervous, like, I'm sure this person got their own anxieties and nervousness
I agree.
about things. And so I try to take things as, like, personal in my 30s. It's because it's just like, girl, I too don't want to be calling you. But it's like, here we are.
Yes, I too don't want to be working.
Right.
So, like, I get it. Okay. Interesting. So what would you say is your number 2?
My number 2, let's see.
Second hardest.
I think, this is hard.
Isn't it?
It's like, because they're all terrible.
I was looking at them and I was like, oh.
I think it's a tie between maybe health and wellness and maybe personal growth.
Okay.
Let me think. This is really hard. I'll go personal growth.
Okay.
I think that is difficult. I think the confidence piece, probably. Because I think that, like, you were saying about, like, how the world is now. It's like, I think a lot about social media because we work in that. But also, I just think about, like, how much we're ingesting other people's thoughts and other people's feelings and other people's lifestyles. And I just think that, like, for me, it can sometimes be like, do I even think that? Like, I think your algorithm kind of tailors your mindset. So it's like, even like the gender wars that be happening on different platforms, and it's like, oh, men suck and women are terrible, and it's just like, do I really think that in my life? Like, have I even encountered men being that bad? You know? And it's like, yes, I have, but yeah, the answer is yes. But it's like, is it overkill? Like, so I think sometimes, like, the confidence in your own thoughts and, like, your own identity, like, I feel like we have to kind of fight to know exactly who we are versus, like, if we're just mirroring what we see.
Yep. Really good.
What would you say is number 2?
Ooh, number 2, I would probably say career growth and direction.
Okay.
Yeah. I think with just where I am right now, I've been fighting to get into the field that I've studied for so long, and it's, like, really difficult. And I think, too, like in 2023, I noticed that a lot of companies were doing layoffs because a lot of them did, like, overhiring because of COVID. And then ever since then, I just feel like it's been a decline in the job market. So I literally had an interview last week. And then I had an interview, I think, maybe a month ago. And I got rejected for both.
Stop.
I got rejected for both. I was like, okay, this is actually difficult because it's like, I am teachable, I am educated, I have work experience, and I am still struggling to get my foot in the door. So, yeah, I just feel like career growth and direction. And I think, too, even I have been in this position for, 2.5 years now, almost 3. So it's kind of like I just feel a little stagnant. And I love what I do, but I just am thinking long term, and I'm like, I got the education, I need to get to where I need to get to. So
I feel like it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like career growth and direction, like that, it just does. I mean, our leader on our team, he has a degree in engineering, and he's now not in that at all. So it's like I mean, at all. At all. Like, I try to look at stories like that of like people that have been working for, 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they probably couldn't call where they are now versus like when they were working when they were 10 years in, they probably could never see themselves 30 years out in a completely different industry. But I think that like I'm seeing a lot of my friends like 33 to 40 are having the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can't find work. It's like they feel stagnant in their job or they just don't like the people they work with or what have you. So I just feel like I'm trying to decenter career because it's like much like relationships, it's like it's not about the amount of effort that you put into, or it's not about like how smart you are or whatever. Sometimes it's just like luck of the draw. So it's like you have to have like the universe, God, the company you're trying to work for, all has to work with you for it to work out.
Yes.
And so I just try to be like, you know what, it'll figure itself out.
Okay, so 2 questions for you. So if you weren't doing marketing, what do you think you would be doing?
I think when I was 18, 17, I told my mom I wanted to be a hairstylist.
Ooh.
And she was like, we did not put this much time and effort and money into your education for you to go to beauty school, which I don't think she knew the landscape because those girls are millionaires now. So it's like, I think I would have done that. Or if I went to school still, I think I would have done like labor and delivery nurse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think... I don't know if I would love it because it's not creative, but I think that, like, one thing, I had a mentor, I don't know, maybe 5 years, I'm old, 10 years ago, and she was saying, she was like, my job doesn't have to be my passion, it just has to fund my passion.
Yes.
So, like, I think I would have probably gone into something STEM to make more money, but then I would have used that money to be more creative outside of work.
Gotcha. Okay.
What about you?
I don't know. I think before anything where I had to like go to school and get an education and really figure out what my 9 to 5 was going to be, I really wanted to be an actress. Like I really wanted to act bad. But then I was like, am I really going to get an acting career when I finish school? Don't know. So I always knew that like communications was my backup.
Okay.
But then even now it's like if I don't do marketing, I always say I would like to teach or maybe get into property management.
Okay.
I feel like that's something I could do.
Do you do like acting stuff on the side? Like would you do like classes or improv or?
So I was just talking to my friend about that because she studied theater too. And I was like, I'm open to going back into improv, but it's not something I'm openly thinking about all the time.
Okay.
It's like, okay, I would do it, this is a little side quest. But I'm just like, I don't think that's something I don't feel like attached to it the way that I used to. So I think that like me starting this podcast was more like my platform and my theater and like where I could really be me. And I was just like, I like the podcast a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah. So theater, I'm open to it. But I also realized that with theater, like you have to be able to express like a wide range of emotions. And I was like, I don't really know if I can do that. And I was like, with the podcast is more to me, to my comfort. And I was like, I think I'll stay here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're going to branch out into like TikTok or YouTube or?
So I've tried YouTube twice.
Okay.
And gave up. Just not consistent. I would do YouTube. Probably not TikTok.
Okay.
Probably not TikTok. But yeah, maybe YouTube. I thought about making a YouTube recently, but I don't know yet.
I think you would do well in there.
Yeah, I kind of want to like get back into vlogs and all that stuff, but I know that vlogging takes away from me like being in the present moment. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. And then I thought about bringing just like the podcast to YouTube. It's already on YouTube audio only, but I was like, maybe I should do some videos. We'll see. Everything's in the air.
We love that.
Yes, everything's in the air. And then my second question was, do you believe that networking helps in navigating your career? Because I feel like networking is like ass kissing. And that's why I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
I do. I think, like, I try to think back because I'm like, things are just different now. Like, I feel like I'm talking like I'm 60. But I mean, things have changed so much. Like, I think COVID just really shifted the workplace. But when I was in school and right after school and like my first 2 jobs, all I did was network. I was going to mixers and joining like junior boards and like doing community service and just a bunch of just like, well, let me connect with you on LinkedIn. And I feel like, if nothing else, I think it helped me like find my elevator pitch and find my confidence in my work. So it's like, because I could talk to somebody about like hair or nails or makeup like if there's no tomorrow. But sometimes when you're talking about yourself and what you do for a living, it kind of gets kind of jumbled because you're like, what do I do every day, Monday through Friday?
Yep.
So I think networking helps you. I think networking helps you kind of like practice that kind of. Let me back up. I think networking helps you practice like your personal pitch, but I also think that making connections is never a bad thing because it's like you never know where you're going to want to work or what could happen, and you can always say, "Oh, I know X, Y, and Z at that company." So I think, but I do think this generation after the millennials are not very big on that. I think that generation is very closed off, kind of like work doesn't run me, and it's like I respect it. However, it's like, we got to get to this money.
Yes.
So it's like, you got to let it run you a little bit. It's like, I feel like my generation, we were wearing blazers to, like, class. Like, we were just very, like, we got to go and get it. And I feel like, I think if I'm looking at, like, my friend group, it's like, we'll play, but not everybody, but most people, like, we'll play the game. Like, it's like, okay, I don't really want to go to this after work thing, but I have to show face, and I'll stay for an hour, and then, you know, I'll shake hands, and so it's like, I think my generation is a mix of like the boomers and was it Gen X behind millennials or Z?
Gen Z?
Okay.
Gen Z? No, Gen X.
Gen X.
They're millennials.
Oh, okay. Okay. Going down? Okay.
Yeah, like oldest is Gen X.
Okay.
And then millennials, then Gen Z.
I think we got boomers. My mom's a boomer.
Oh,
so I feel like I got her work ethic.
Yes.
Because I truly believe, and this is a topic for a different day, I feel like Gen X, I don't know what happened with them. No. I don't feel like I think they just got lost in the sauce. I think so. I don't know what happened with them. I just feel like it was a conversation on X on Twitter about like millennials are taking over like holiday celebrations. Like we're the ones like cooking and like trying to get people together and like whatever. And people were like, well, where the hell is Gen X? Because it's like they just kind of are more, I'm not doing that. Like they have a more fight the power feel to them. And I feel like millennials are picking up that slack. So I think
that's a really good point. Now that I'm thinking about all the Gen Xers I know, it's actually a really good point. Yeah, they kind of did drop the ball.
I think Gen X and Gen Z have more in common, and then the boomers and millennials have more in common.
You're on to something. You're on to something. Okay. Now, what would you say is the third hardest?
Okay, so I did relationships. I did personal growth. I would say, maybe finance.
Okay.
Would be third. I think, like I was kind of saying earlier, I feel like we are comparing ourselves to our friends, or you're in this space now where you're into your career, you got your degree, and it's like, you think you don't have time to go back and get a different kind of degree. Like, oh, I can't go back and be a nurse now. But you're seeing like people outpace you, or maybe you're making more of the people that are around you and you feel guilty. Like, I feel like it's a double-edged sword. Like, either you make too much, too little, like it's never quite enough. And I think that and I feel like everything's so high right now. It's like having a very regular life is expensive. Treating yourself to just one thing, like a pedicure, a nice dinner, it's like you feel like you're splurging, no matter how hard you work. So I feel like finances is probably number 3.
Me too. Finance is number 3. Finance is number 3. Because I'm just like, I can't with the state of the world. And I'm just kind of like, wow, I did not imagine my adulthood to look like this. And I think a lot of people too, just in their 20s and 30s, are still living with their parents. It's hard for us to get our own places. It's hard for people to maintain a vehicle. It's hard for people to, like, people are literally living paycheck to paycheck. It's so sad. And then like the company layoffs and like people getting fired and like all these things, AI taking over, like all of that. And then grocery.
Yes, God.
Don't get me started. The grocery is expensive. Everything is skyrocketing. And I really do think that it should have been number one, but it's my number 3. Only because I'm living with my mama. Yeah. Only because I'm living with my mama, but it is difficult.
And I think, too, I do appreciate that. I feel like the conversation about money is shifting because I feel like even 2 years ago, everybody had it. It was like, oh, I can spend that, I can do that. Like, people were running up credit card debt, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I feel like now people are a lot more, like, open about, like, girl, that's not in my budget. Like, that's just, I ain't got it. That trip is too expensive. That concert is out of my budget. I can't make it. It's like, I think we're just more open about that. And I think with more transparency, I feel like that's better. Like, I think that it helps relationships out, friendships out. I think in the workplace, being transparent is good too, because it's like, well, if you're making X amount and I'm making X amount and you do more work than I do, it's like, that's not fair. So I just feel like transparency is also helping us out in the finance department.
Do you think you're good at managing your finances?
I've gotten better. Okay. I think that, so I had like a life shift when I was like 27. And I was not, I was like, I could not prioritize. It was like, I want to go do what I want to do. I want to shop. I want to fly to Florida. I want to go to DC for the weekend. It's just like, I just wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. And I was calling my mom to like bail me out of things. I was like, hey, I'm a little short on rent this month. And like, she would help me. She helped me twice. And then on that second time, she said, she was like, I'm going to take your hand when I say this. She was like, it won't be a third time. Yes. Like, she was like, you need to get it together. You need to look at your finances. You make enough to cover your bare necessities. Like, you need to worry about that first. And then what you have left over, you spend that for your fun. And so I think that shifted my mindset about, like, do I really need this thing or do I just want this thing and can I wait to get it? So I feel like now I'm a lot better about like my finances, my credit, all of that. So it's just more of like a prioritization thing for me.
I wonder when I'm going to hit that shift because I'm not good with my finances. I'm just not. I love me down.
Is it like, do you have a budget in your mind or like on a phone or?
I don't. Okay. I don't. It's so bad. Like, my credit card debt is, like, through the roof. My budgeting is non-existent. And it's just, like, it's just awful. It's just awful. And, I mean, I'm going to get there. I think right now, too, like I said, just the work that I do, I'm grateful for my income, but I need more income. And, yeah, that's where I'm at.
And sometimes it's just that. I feel like sometimes when you talk to people and they're like, well, maybe if you do, I'm like, you just need more. Yeah, like in this economy, you just need more sometimes. Yes. I did sit down with my like credit card or my like bank card statement, and I like wrote down everything I spent, and like I put it in buckets and like whatever. And when I saw how much I was spending at like Goodwill, when I saw what I was spending on Uber Eats, it was just like, I think when you put it in front of you, sometimes it's like, I have a problem. Yeah. And so I had to do that a couple of times. Just to see, like, where I'm spending my money at and why. You know, if I'm spending $300 at the grocery store, why are you also spending $300 on the Uber Eats? It's like, something's got to give. Yes.
And that's what I said I was going to do this year because this year I have a whole list of side quests. I'm like, I got so much stuff I'm going to do. I'm going to dilly-dally. I'm going to have a good time. And one of my side quests is to go talk to a banker. Okay. And I'm like, I'm going to go talk to a banker, learn more about just financial literacy, and just figure out how I can get myself together.
It's easier than I think we think it is. Like, I mean, and also it's like you got to just be like, that debt is that debt.
Yes, the debt is that debt. All right, so that was 3. All right, what is number 4 for you?
You can start marking it off. Okay. I think health and wellness is probably next.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably next. I think, I feel like I'm just hitting a like spot in my life where I'm kind of like open to like medical help for mental health, like taking like medications. Okay. I never really needed it before, or I didn't think I needed it. And then, you know, life catches up with you and things happen and you have to, like, and I think sometimes what you are open to for other people, because I'm very, like, pro everything for everybody. I'm like, whatever helps you, whatever. But when it comes to yourself, sometimes it's like, you don't really give yourself that same amount of grace, or you don't give yourself that same amount of care. So it's like, I think having that, I think a lot of adulthood is fluidity and being, like, open to how things come and how things go, and I feel like not everything is permanent. So if you're going through a hard time, like how I'm going through a hard time, it's like sometimes you just have to meet yourself in that hard time and be like, well, what can I do to help myself now? And then when I get out of this hard time, maybe we can reevaluate that care plan. Yes. But yeah, I think to your point, the world is crazy. And then, like, on a macro level, and then on a micro level, we all have our own personal things going on. So I do think that, like, that's another thing. But I also think people are being a lot more transparent about that as well. About, like, girl, I'm not doing well. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is relationships and friendships.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say that because I feel like I'm in this space where I'm also still trying to find, like, my community and my tribe, but then I also don't care. Because it's like, because I feel like a lot of my 20s was a lot of just, like, it was just a lot with friendship. It was like I gained friends, I lost friends, and then I kind of went through this phase where I just really felt like I had nobody. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to put myself out there. Like, I joined the church groups and all that other stuff, and I was doing all these different things. And I think that, too, the older I get and the more I feel, like, connected to myself, the less I feel connected to others. So every time I'm getting around people or talking to people or speaking with people, I feel, like, a disconnection. So I don't think that, like, friendships and relationships are as much of a priority as they were. So I think I'm, like, content with my little bubble, and, like, if more people come and, you know, they're in alignment with me, then that's fine. But right now I just feel like, I feel like it's becoming an easier thing for me because I'm not as worried about it, or it's not as much a priority as it was for me before.
That's so interesting. I think your number 1 was health and wellness, I think. And mine was relationships and friendships. But now it's switched for our number 4. Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yes. So...
Interesting. I feel like I'm so, and it could again be the only child thing. I'm so, like, friends, community. Like, I'm just, like, that is one of my, I did, like, a values worksheet with my therapist. And community was, like, up there. Like, it was, like, top 3. And I don't know. I just feel like even in this hard time that I'm going through right now, I'm going through a loss, and, like, my friends have, like, dug me out of, like, the depths. Like, it's like they have came from near and far to just, like, check on me and, like, walk me through this thing. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm, like, as a woman, too, I just think it is so imperative to have women around you that care.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. And I think that's the difference that I have with a lot of people. Like, one of my friends, she's an eldest child, and so she just had a lot of responsibility, and she just really, really valued friendships. But for me, I think because, and she also had a lot of brothers, but I think for me, because I have a lot of women in my family, all sisters, my mom, and then my sister had daughters, so it's like I feel like that's where I get my community. And I was also just, we were raised to be so close to one another, so I think that's why it's just like anything outside of that feels foreign in a sense. And I'm open to it, and I'm welcome to it, and I also, like, pour into those friendships. But I think for me, I just really value family.
You're such a good friend, though. So that's very interesting.
I try to be a good friend, but it's like sometimes I feel like I'm doing friendship wrong. Like, if that makes sense, I always feel like I'm doing friendship wrong. But I just try to show up and hope that I'm showing up correctly.
Like, you're doing too much, or do you think you're doing too little?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. I really think I do too much. And sometimes I feel like I love bomb in friendships. Like, I'm always like, am I doing too much? Like, I just befriended this one girl, and, like, her birthday's coming up. And I'm, like, thinking about giving her this, like, extravagant gift. And I'm like, is that too much? I'm like, is this, like, what am I doing? But I love giving. Like, that's just how I pour into people, through, like, acts of service, through, like, you know, gift giving. Like, that's how I give. And I'm just like, is that too much to begin?
I mean, I think that, like, having, I think you talked about, like, you're really connected to yourself right now. Like, you know yourself very well. And I feel like if you I think when people give out love, like, it'll come back to you. Maybe not from that same person, but, like, it'll come back eventually. And I think that, like, for myself, it's like, if it's on my heart to do something, I'm going to just do it. And then, like, if that person doesn't reciprocate, or if I feel like maybe I'm being used or not appreciated or whatever, then it's like, I think I know myself enough to feel that and then retreat.
Gotcha.
Like, I feel like I think another part of adulthood is knowing that, like, you're your safe house. Like, you can keep yourself safe. And I think, and, like, you have to have confidence that, like, even if this relationship doesn't work out, I'll be okay because I have myself. So putting yourself out there doesn't feel as scary.
Clock that, T. That's a really good point, because I was talking about this because I'm like, I have a really huge fear of, like, rejection, and, like, I just don't like being abandoned, and I just don't like when things end. And I think a lot of it too is because, I don't know, I go in so, like, intense with everyone, and then I'm learning to not do that. I go in so intense with everyone, and then I start to resent them if they don't do that back. And I'm like, okay, well, everyone isn't going to be a Tia. Everyone isn't going to give me to me. So that's something that I'm learning too. But yeah, I just always feel like I'm doing, like, friendship wrong. Like, I just don't know what it is. And I just feel like that's where sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll retreat, or, like, I'll end things so that they don't hurt me, or so that, like, it can be done within, like, my narrative. Like, oh, okay, like, that's just over with. It's just, like I'm in control. So it's just kind of like one of those things, because I'm just like, I don't be knowing.
That's real. That is, yeah. It's hard.
It is hard.
Because you have to trust other people, and trust is hard.
Yes.
It's hard.
Yes. And I'm telling you, I've been doing so many, like, community building things, like, through my side quests, and, like, doing all those things. And every time I get around people, I'm like, these aren't my people. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, these aren't my people. And I can just feel it, like, in my soul and in my spirit. I'm like, this isn't it. So then I just isolate.
I feel like it's harder, too, to make friends now. Like, because I did the same thing. Join the church groups, like, do different stuff, like, whatever. But I don't know, it's hard because we're so set in your ways, and you've had so much life that has happened, and you're trying to catch people up on your life, you're trying to catch up on their life. It's just kind of like, it's hard. I think the last friend that I've added to my, like, close friend group is, I met her in, like, 2018, but we didn't really become really close until 2022. So, yeah, about, 4 years now? Yeah, so I think that's the last time I've, like, added somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, that's, like, for, like, close people. Yeah. Yeah, but I've picked people up across the time. And I've met, like, a church friend, and, like, she's older than I am. And so I think that's another thing, too, about, like, when you get to a certain age, it's like your friends can be, like, 60. It's like, and it's like, you just have to kind of be like, okay, like, maybe we didn't go into the club together. but I'm getting something from you get something from me. It's like, it's mutually beneficial.
Yes.
But yeah, friendships just look so different now at 32. It's like, or 30, probably 32. It's like, I have friends that are 26, 27, and then I have friends that are 40. So it's just like, it's very interesting.
Interesting. Okay. I have hope. And, like, my mom was asking me, too, because she was like, if you do something for your birthday this year, who are you inviting? And I was like, 3? That's it? And I was like, 3? And then, of course, the, woman that I just befriended and things like that. But I was like, it's not a lot of people. And she was like, well, let's get those 2 people together. I was like, it's a party. I was like, it'll work.
My friend group has gotten smaller, and not because we're not friends or we don't talk, but it's just like when I was 27 through maybe 29, those 2 years, I was just like women friends. Like, it was just like I was bringing everybody around, and it does get to a point where you kind of get to a place of like, does this fill me back up, or am I just pouring out so much?
Yes.
And so I think that now I think I have like a core maybe 6 people, like, and that's just who I talk to. Okay. So it's not as many people, but I think, it's a lot of people at the same time.
Gotcha. Okay. What is your number 5? We're kind of getting to the easiest on the scale.
I think career growth will go number 5.
See, that's because you good.
Well, see, I'm like, well, now, if you would have asked me maybe like 2 years ago, different. I think, because workplace dynamics does not bother me.
Yeah.
I like being around people. I will say I had one job where I was not liked, and I did not like them either. And it was so foreign to me because I've been, probably from high school till that job, I was just like, I was class president senior year. It's just like, I'm very used to be, and it sounds very self-centered, but I'm very used to being liked, or at least trying to like other people too. Like, I think I give that and I receive it back. And so at this job, I was working from home, and they did not like me. And it was like, they were in a different state. I was like, I can't tell if like there's a cultural difference here. I just could not gel with them. And I will say, when you do not like where you work or you don't feel appreciated, it can tank your mental health. Like, it feels, because you spend a lot of time with those people, and you are at work more than you're not at work. So it's like, liking what you're doing, or at least liking people that you're with, is very important. Yeah.
And was that job fully remote?
Fully remote.
Okay.
And I could not do it. I do not want to be remote ever again.
See, and that's the one difference in the millennials and the Gen Z. I would be fully remote any day.
Well, my friends like fully remote.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. They think I'm crazy. I think it's a me thing.
Some people need the balance. But I love fully remote work. And I think too, like, everyone was so worried about like, oh, you need to get out there and socialize. But I'm like, I would socialize as soon as 5 o'clock hit. I'm out the door. Because I would be so tired of being in the house. I'm like, I'm going to go out. It might not be socializing at work, but I prefer to socialize where I don't really feel like I have to mask it. Because in the workplace, I feel like I'm constantly masking, and that leaves me exhausted. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but I used to leave work when I first started this job. I used to leave work and I used to cry because I used to feel so tired of masking. And you know, we're in this like open floor space or whatever. So it's like I would be in there and I would always feel that I'm like about to be bothered by somebody that's ready to come in or something, or like conversation would start or whatever. And then it was just like a lot of conversing over the work I was doing, or there would be conversations like happening behind me or in front of me, and I was just like, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired of just like sitting like this all day and like being trapped. Yeah. Yes, it was like being trapped, and so I used to just leave work and I used to just go cry, and I'm like, I'm just so mentally exhausted. And it wasn't even the job; it was just like I just feel like I can't be myself in a workplace. And of course, like, everyone's masking, everyone's performing at some point. But I was just like, this is a lot. Whereas when I was working from home for the past 3 years, it was like, I didn't have to worry about that.
That's so interesting. I feel like I get too much time with myself when I was working remote. Like, it was just like, it would be some days I would get to 5 o'clock and I would be like, oh, I haven't talked out loud today. Like, I have not said any, because I haven't had a meeting or whatever. I have not said anything out. I've been just in my mind all day. Yeah. And I think that just doesn't do me well. I like to put on outfits. I like to like see the sunshine. And it's like, and the thing is, like, you can do that working remote. But I'm not a very disciplined person by nature. So it's like to have that, like, one of my friends, like, her day is like, I go to the gym at like 6 a.m. and then I come back and I start work, and then I go outside to get lunch, and then I come back and then I go out at night. And it's like, I don't have that.
I like her.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So it's like my days were like, I get up right before work, I log on, I work, and then I get off of work and I put on Netflix. It's like, and that was just that repetitive, not getting out the house until the weekend. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Interesting. Did you ever take your work outside of home, like to a coffee shop?
No, because see, I think I can't focus. Yeah, in those. Like, if I'm gonna leave the house, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stop at the store. Like, I'm gonna stop and do this. It's like I'm not structured enough to work at home. So when I come into that office, I'm like, let's get it done. Yes. Like, and so that feels like I am actually contributing now because I'm actually working.
Gotcha. Okay. So wait, we did number 5?
Yes, and I don't think you did yours.
Career growth. Okay, yeah. Okay, so my number 5 is, I'm going to say personal growth. Okay. Yeah. I think personal growth is, I sit with myself a lot. So I know myself pretty well. I would say that everything regarding like self-awareness, emotional discipline, confidence, identity, all of those things, definitely easy for me. But one thing you did bring up when you mentioned personal growth was just like how much we are so immersed in social media and like taking on the opinions of others. Do you think that like you're good with independent thinking, like thinking for yourself, or do you think that majority of your opinions and your thinking is a collection of what you've seen on social media?
I think I'm good at thinking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, but I do catch myself, like, even now, if I'm scrolling and, like, listening to somebody talk about, like, a topic, I'm just kind of like, oh, yes, And then I have to, like, literally pause and, like, turn my social media filter on in my mind and be like, did you even think about this before you saw this?
Exactly.
Like, I think it's just more of a, I'm good at having the repetition, or I'm good at making the constant critique of, like, do I even believe this?
Yes.
Or do I even care? Like, let's start right there. It's like, I think sometimes you get on social media and people care about so many things, and then you start caring about, and it's like, I don't even care.
Yes.
It's like, even with, like, celebrities, it's like, oh, this person is dating. I don't care, actually. So it's like, I think just knowing what you care about is important. But I do think I do pretty decent.
Okay.
With, like, do I care about this? If I care about this, how much do I care? And also, you don't gotta have an opinion about everything.
That's true. Now, under personal growth, I do have hobbies. Do you have any hobbies?
I like to read.
Yep.
So I've been getting back into reading. I actually just read Kin by Tayari Jones.
Okay.
So good. And it kind of talks about, like, friendships and women friendships and all of that, and I really loved it.
That's the community.
The first quote, like, in the beginning of the book, is like, "We are each other's business," and I just love that. It's so simple, but it's like, it means a lot. I like to do anything, like, artsy, so crocheting. Sometimes I'll paint. I haven't painted in a while, but collages, even social media creativity. Like, sometimes I'll spend extra time on, like, a Instagram story, and it's like, that's not really, like, important, but it's like a way to get something out, like a creativity way to get something out. And yeah, I feel like that's it. I like to, like, make homemade, I guess. Like, I like to decorate. I like to think about, like, little parties I can throw for, like, my friends and stuff like that. So those are my hobbies.
Okay.
I want to learn how to sew. I have a sewing machine, and I'm thinking about taking a sewing class.
Okay, you should.
Yeah. I think I can sew enough to, like, make a top.
Okay.
But it's like, don't wash it. Like, and stay real still. So it's like, I want to be able to really sew.
Yes. Okay, hobbies. Yes.
Do you have any new hobbies going on?
No. Just this podcast. I want to get back into making my blankets. I always say that, but they just take up so much time. I'm reading The Alchemist right now.
Ooh, okay. How are you liking it?
I'm only on page 20.
Okay.
So I did like how it started, but I just went to the bookstore with my friend the other day, and we decided we were going to read it together. Okay. So it's all right. I'm actually doing, like, a co-read where I have it up on YouTube and then read an audiobook while I read, because every time I take a break from reading, it's hard for me to get back into reading. So that's good. And then still thrifting.
I love to thrift. I don't know how I didn't put that in there.
That's one of my top hobbies. I love thrifting. Yes. So, and I've been pretty proud of my recent finds, and I'm loving it.
Nice. So what's your favorite piece you found, like, recently?
Recently, I got this orange glass bowl.
Ooh.
I'm really big on purse bowls.
Okay.
I'm really big on purse bowls, even though I don't have that much space. But that's why I said when I get my own place, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. So I got this really beautiful orange bowl. Oh. And I just throw, like, my keys in there, my meds, my hair clips, all of those things. Like, just things, because I always switch out my purses. So that's probably my favorite find right now. And then I also found this bottle, because I be getting, like, my, inspiration from Pinterest. So I got this bottle, and I saw on Pinterest where a lot of women are using, like, these bottles to put their bangles on and their bracelets.
Oh, smart.
So just things like that, and I got that too, so I could put my bracelets on there.
That's so good. I don't know why I was like, oh, she's going to say clothes. So I think it's, like, very interesting. It was houseware.
Yeah, house stuff. Yep.
I love it.
Yes, I really want to. I have to do this year. I want to go on a road trip and thrift. Okay. I want to go to different thrift stores in different towns, different cities, and see what's going on.
We're so similar. Anytime I go anywhere, I'm like, I'm going to the Goodwill.
Yes.
Like, I went to Arizona for my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to the Goodwill.
Yes.
Like, and they were like, for what? I was like, I like to see, because it tells you so much about the people that you're around.
Yes.
It's just like, what's y'all's style?
Mm-hmm.
What y'all's houses look like? It's so good.
Yes.
I'm actually going to go to Charlottesville next weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to go to that Goodwill.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should. Yes. So I love thrifting. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For our last ranking, what would you say? I guess we could say the easiest now. What is the easiest part of adulting? Wait, it's going to be the same.
It's going to be the same one.
It's going to be the same one. Okay.
Life and household admin.
Yes.
I feel like, because I'm like, that's my business. So it's just like, it doesn't make me feel, it's like, should you cook every day? Yes. Should you clean every other day? Yes. Should you like, it's like, yeah, sure. But it's just like, who's checking?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another part of adulthood. It's like, who's going to check me? And I think that's, yeah, it's just like, whatever.
Yes.
I'll do it when I feel like it.
I kind of feel like cleaning is a sense of therapy for me a little bit. So I like getting up early, opening the blinds, maybe burning the incense and like drinking my tea and cleaning, like filling up the dishwasher, you know, cleaning the bathroom. And I like to clean when everyone's out of the house. Like everyone moves out of my way. Yes. So cleaning is a little bit therapeutic for me. Cooking, we know I don't know how to cook. And but I made me some salmon the other day. Okay. Just a little salmon. Made me some salmon. But yeah, like you said, it's my business. It's like that's
time.
Yes. That's the independence and the autonomy of just being an adult. So
I do think it helps, like cleaning and cooking, like for your mental health and your physical health and all of those things. But it's also just like everybody got their own limit. So I'm just like,
yes,
whatever.
As we close out the episode, so you and the people know I'm a huge fan of astrology.
Yes.
Okay. Now, depending on where the planets, houses, and degrees land in your chart, you may have completed or could be approaching the end of your Saturn return.
Thank God.
According to the Google AI overview, it says that a Saturn return is an astrological period around ages 27 to 30, 56 to 60, and 84 to 90, when Saturn returns to its birth position, triggering a major life recalibration focused on responsibility, maturity, and purpose, often involving confronting neglected areas, reevaluating life choices, shedding old patterns, and solidifying your path for the next cycle. It's a challenging but transformative. Thank you. I'm like transformative. Okay, it's a challenging but transformative time, acting as a cosmic wake-up call to build authentic structures and take charge of your life. So, my questions for you are, what have you learned the most from your Saturn return? We'll start with that one.
It was a humdinger. To give you an overview of 27 to 30. Girl, it's a joke. So I was engaged.
Really?
I was like, I never told you that.
This is news to me.
A special. This is a hot off the press.
Yes.
I was engaged at 27.
Oh my God.
Girl, and girl, I got another hour. And so that ended in a very traumatic way. I mean,
really
traumatic. It was. I mean, when I tell you the story, you want me to tell you now or tell you after?
Tell me now.
Okay, tell you now.
Yep.
So I was with this person for I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years. And we were talking about getting engaged, all the things. And I mean, it was fine. Like, it was like the relationship was pretty light. Like, I mean, we had our arguments and stuff like that, but it was a decent time, I guess. We went to this party, and he wanted to try shrooms. Can I take that on? Okay, he wanted to try shrooms, and he told me that he had got something. He was like, I'm going to try it. And I was like, I think that if you have mental health struggles, shrooms are something that you maybe should steer clear from because they are psychedelics. And if you are already kind of having a hard time placing things, it's like you shouldn't do that. And I said, but your body, your choice. He did them, and it unlocked something in him, and he started just kind of losing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and because we were so close, we had been through COVID together, like, you know, somebody's like mannerisms. It was like small things that week that I was just like, this is not him. And I was like, what is going on? And it was like the time that actually triggered me to be like, something's really wrong is when we were at a store, and it was like one of those cash registers where it's like multiple people, like a TJ Maxx, like multiple people at the cash register. So it's like you'll be in the line, and like maybe your cash register is at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a lady in front of us, and she had a bunch of kids with her, and her register was open, and they were calling her, but she couldn't hear because she was taking care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, let's just skip her. And it was like such a very usual, I mean, like, if that was his personality, you wouldn't think anything of it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was such a caring person that I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you want to skip a mother with children? I was like, it was just like, it triggered something in my mind. And I said, oh, he's not here anymore.
Right.
So that might have happened on like a Wednesday. By that Friday, it was completely off the rails. We had broke up. Like, I had called his mom, and I was like, I think something's wrong. And she was like, no, not my baby. And I said, okay. So for 2-3 months, he just was manic. And
Really?
he was, you know, draining his account. I mean, it was just really bad. I'm not going to tell his business. But
Mm-hmm.
for 2 or 3 months, he was manic. People were calling me like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Eventually, his parents got involved, and he got some help. But he was bipolar schizophrenic.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I think that's how I started my Saturn return.
Wow.
Was an ended engagement. And it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but it's funny now. Like, I used to have a dream. I remember having a dream, and I was going to the altar, and nothing was going wrong in the dream. Everything was very regular, but I was about to say I do, and I remember popping up out of my sleep, like heart racing, and I was just like, it's just jitters. Like, I just kind of brushed it off. I was like, it's just jitters.
Oh my God.
The night of my engagement, I remember going to the bathroom. Like, I woke up and went to the bathroom, and I just stared at my hand, and I was like, huh. Like, I just wasn't. And all those times, I was just both. And I had bought a wedding dress. I was trying the dress on. I was looking in the mirror. The song that we were going to dance to for our first dance was playing. And any other case, you're like, wow, this is perfect, serendipitous. And I was standing in that dress store, and I was just like, I don't feel anything. Like, I didn't cry. I was just like, okay. Like, I was like, this is a dress. And so it's just like, I think I was so disconnected from my body in like all of the like divine interventions that were happening, dreams and feelings. And I was just like, it's fine. It's just jitters. So then when it broke apart without my help, it was like, I think I've started to learn in my 27 through 30 time, my retrograde, or was that retrograde? No. What is it called?
Saturn return.
During my Saturn return, I think I just started to learn to like trust my body, trust myself, trust my intuition. And just like not rush anything, and like have faith that like things will fall where they're supposed to fall. I think anytime I try to force something, or I like don't look at signs, like that's when I get myself in trouble. And that's always been in relationships too. Like, I think 27 through 30, I like dated this one man, terrible man. And every time we would get into it, I would pray like, Lord, just take him away from me, please. And something would happen where we would just stop talking.
Really?
And I would always go back. And I would always pick the phone back up. I would always say, fine, we can go on a date. But it was like, your intuition is telling you this is wrong for you.
Yes.
And so I feel like I'm still learning that at 31, but I feel like honestly, this month is shifting something for me. So I feel like we are finally closing out that Saturn return, and I'm starting to learn to trust myself.
Good. Oh, I love that. Oh. Yes, and I was thinking too, like when you started at the job, you were like 29. Because I remember you were about to be 30, and I was just like, dang, like, you're going to be 32 this year. We've known each other since you were 29.
I know. You're ushering me across that threshold.
Like, oh my gosh.
Girl.
Yeah,
it's been a humdinger.
Yeah. So what advice would you have for those who are entering your Saturn return? Such as myself.
Girl, it's a storm coming. It's going to take a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Stamina. Because it's going to feel like things are just knocking you down. It feels like And it's not going to be across the board because, like you said, I started a job within that time period, and I love this job. So it wasn't. Well, actually, I mean, I was at a job I didn't like before this one, though. So it's like, yeah, I feel like you get it from all angles, and it may not be happening at the same time, but it's like you just feel so much resistance. Like you'll just, in my case, I felt so much resistance in relationships, in workplace, in self-confidence or self-identity. Like I just felt like it was so. I just kept hitting a wall. But just keep going. Like, don't think that. I think zoom out. Like, don't think like, oh, everything just sucks for me. It's just like, no, it just sucks across the board. This is just a transformative time for most people, and you're trying to figure out your footing. You don't know yourself that well. Everybody else is going through the same thing at the same time as you as well. Like, if you have friends in the same age group, and so it'll feel isolating sometimes because it's like, well, that person's not picking the phone up. It's like they're over there also crying and up under the bed. So it's like you just got to give people grace, give yourself grace, and it'll be over. Okay. Eventually, eventually it will be over.
Okay, all right. I can do this.
You can.
I can do this.
You have no other choice. It's coming, no matter if you like it or not.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what would you say? To close out the episode, what would you say you are actually enjoying right now in regards to adulthood? Like, what's the best part that just, like, make you feel good?
I think the freedom of just, like, I do what I want. Like, I think, like I said, I don't have children right now, so it's like I savor that, like, this place in my life where it's like I have the finances, I have the friends, I have myself, and I can just do whatever I want to do with that. Like, like I don't, and I think it's like it can be scary sometimes because you're like, oh, I don't have children, I don't have a husband, I don't like. It's like if you start looking at what you don't have, it can be a little scary. But it's like it's also open page, like it's an open book. Like you can fill it with whatever you want to fill it with. So it's like I think shifting my mindset to like, oh wow, I have all these opportunities versus like I don't have.
Yes.
So I don't know. I like this space of like anything is possible.
Oh, Bria, you are such a woman.
Thank you.
Like, I love it.
I truly feel like a lady now.
Yes,
like at 31, 32, I'm like, wow, I'm a lady.
Yes. I be like, that's my Brie. Especially when you be dressed up at work, I be like, that's my Brie.
You know, tic-tacking on that clipboard, on that keyboard, just working away.
And that's how I feel like, too, you know, like, I'm kind of just, the novelty has worn off because I used to dress up a lot for work, and now I'm like,
y'all get what y'all get.
Y'all get what y'all get. If I gotta walk up that hill,
yeah, y'all get sneakers.
Y'all get what y'all get. I can't do it no more.
Spring.
Can't do it no more. All right. Well, that's all for the episode. This has been fun.
It was so fun.
I learned so much.
And we didn't even we only did an hour. Like, that's not
bad.
That's
not even bad. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with me and Bree. Yes. If you have enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow, listen, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And also be sure to follow the podcast Instagram at Thread of Thoughts Pod, and we will talk soon.
Bye.
Yes, that was so good.
It was. That's so fun.